Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Have a good day. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, the middle finger too. Fixation, yo. Right? Arm fixation. Okay, New York, credit to the department. There you go. Yeah, hey, New York, credit to the department. Oh, there you go. Hold on, let me, watch that. Let me, where they at? Oh, I just saw them. Where they at? All right, where they at? Oh, look at them over there, right? Bunch of cowards. Yeah. Bunch of cowards. That's why you stop right there. Right? They want to be heard but not seen. Let me tell you, the criminality in the world most corrupt police department, predator police department in the world. And they're gonna get what's coming to them. Oh yeah. Oh yes. They're gonna get what's coming to them. Look, hand behind the back. Sticking on the nose, pinky finger, sticking my pinky finger out too. Like I said, everything they do, I'm gonna do. Mirror them. And they get into the habit of doing some type of hand signals, you mirror them. They're sticking their pinky finger out, you stick your pinky finger out too. They're pinching their nose, you pinch your nose. They're sticking their hands in their ear, you stick your hands in there. You stick your finger, sticking their finger in the air, you stick your finger in there. Right? They're covering their mouth, you cover your mouth. Mirror what they do. Yeah, so the guy on the bus, the one that had on the yellow shirt, you know, they send them there. I talk about how they use certain colors, right? And you notice that as soon as the predator racist cops walk by and the New York People Department engaging in a noise campaign, noise attacks, then he comes, right? Yeah, that's to tell you. You know, all their tactics on them. Well, most of them, I should say, not all, but most of the tactics that they've tried on me. Right? Yeah, I guess it's always interesting how they can get the very same people who they've been doing this to for decades to get them to participate in this. Right? It's kind of like what you see what's happening in Palestine and Israel, right? You know, the Israelis, their forefathers and foremothers died in World War II because of genocide, and they turn around and do the same thing to another group of people. Right? But here's the thing. Here's the difference. They're doing it to other group of people. They're doing that to us, and then we're doing that to ourselves. Right? They're doing that to us, and we turn around and we're not doing it back to them, but we're doing it back to us. We're doing what they're doing to us, to each other. Right? So, psychological conditioning is a thing that, like I said, we have no idea about. You know, we talk about it, we'll say this and that, you know, particularly for our women who are heavy into the medical field as nurses and nurse practitioners and nurses assistants or doctors assistants and so forth, and they take psychology. Right? Most of the social workers, they have to take psychology. Right? But their psychology is only confined to their job. Nowhere else. The psychology that they study and learn about, that they have degrees on, is only confined to their job. They don't transfer those learning to their home, right? To their relationship, to their marriages, to their family, to their community, right? They don't. I was saying that particularly for black women, black women would not listen to black men unless we have a title in front of our name, right? Unless we have a title in front of our name, Doctor such and such, manager, CEO, supervisor, you know what I'm saying? Or you can't just have your regular name and they listen to you. In order for them to listen to you, you gotta have a title in front of it, and preferably a title that either have status or money. All right? That's associated with status or money. Okay? But that one poor man that they claim that they love, and they dedicate their life to, that poor fisherman, that man that had no money, they'll say, "Oh, I love my Jesus. I listen to my Jesus." Right? Jesus wasn't a millionaire, right? You'll say Jesus had knowledge. Right? That's in your Bible. He had I shouldn't say knowledge, but he had a belief system that he practiced. But it's a belief system that you guys don't even practice, and you call yourself Christians and believers and followers of Christ. Right? If you're followers of Christ, then you should be a Hebrew. Right? Not a Jew, a Hebrew. Right? Before Judaism, you had Hebrewism. And Hebrewism was changed to Judaism, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And I posted a video from Mid Vision, and people were talking about the God of Israel, but in Hosea, it says, "I am the God of Egypt, and you shall have no other God before me." You should worship no other God, only me. So I'm like, okay, this is a whole different God now. First, it's the God of Israel saying that He is the God of Israel, that you shall have no other God before Him. In this text, thou shalt not worship any graven images of, have no other God. And then you have, in that very same Bible, the God of Egypt telling you that you should not have no other God other than Him. Right? Isn't that something? Okay. So do these people really read their Bible and really understand their Bible? Okay. No, I have not read the entire Bible in a long time, right? But I can go to certain parts of the Bible which contradict everything that these Christians say. Everything, right? Not one or two, but everything, right? Look how they turn looking at me, walking up here and grabbing his crotch. And they turn around looking for the hand signal. Yeah. Right? Hilarious. So look at the movement. Look at the movement, the hand signal, touching up the hair. Again, as soon as you walk up, grabbing his crotch, she turns looking at me doing these hand signals. And they all start moving. The female starts touching their hair. She moved back to over there. The one over here in the gray sweater. Right? Yeah. Remember, they want you to believe shit. Don't believe it. It's lies and deception. They're a bunch of liars, and they will throw you under the bus and save their own asses. That's a TI. Don't worry about that shit. Document what it is that they're doing to you. Understand that. Document this shit. What they all think project. What you looking at, girl? Not interested. Alright? So, never be afraid because of their lies. Never be afraid because of their manipulation. Cowards. Bunch of cowards, that's all. Bunch of liars, manipulators. Don't worry, they'll get theirs. Don't worry, Ti. Yeah, they'll get theirs. They will get theirs. They'll get their karma. All right, that's the word they used to use, right? They just use it all back on them. They will get their karma. Now, there's the buses are hold up, right? They delaying the buses. The daughter's is home. You can have to go to school to get the schedule. Now, I should, I got to talk about the retaliation shit that they do. So, delaying of the buses. But she's fine. That's all what it is. That they try to make you panic. They try to make you panic. Even though I never do. You say, because I know their tactics. So they'll try to make you panic by hauling the buses because your daughter's in the house. She's not gonna be there for that long. My son just left, so it's not even an hour yet. She's 12 years old, so she'll be fine. Up here, is that a bus? Nope. Yeah, look at them. Yeah, look at them. I can tell you, I can always tell when they engage in the psychological attacks, what it is that they do. All right. Name, property of John's. It's that ownership thing they like to do. Alright? I'm talking about this, whoever it is, the name John. Alright? Alright? Those are the subliminal messages they love to send using brand and the name of shirts and stuff like that. Alright? And what these are predator cops who are engaging in criminal activities in trying to extort money from people within the civilian spaces. Not also that, but in trapping people, particularly women, to use for sex. Okay? This is the mindset. We talked about that police officer who was threatening these single mothers to lock up their male children, their male teenagers, if they weren't giving them any sex. Like I said, man, I am well versed in what it is that they do. Like I said, I am the right person to expose their asses. Right? These are what these predator cops do. How many of these predator cops have been caught abusing women, sexually abusing women? Right? Even women who were just sexually assaulted, they turn around and they assault that very same woman. These are the people that are on the police force. And listen, some of them are my people. Okay? I just talk about that police officer who was, and they did nothing to him. He was able to retire. He literally ruined the lives of teenagers, right? Because he has a sexual fetish. And taking advantage of single mothers with teenage sons. And this was a nigger people. This was a sandwich. Alright? So this is what they do. And because they cover themselves behind their gun and their badge, they protect themselves from each other. In the same way. Here recently with the police chief here in New York City, black guy too, sleeping with his subordinate and giving her open hand. Like that's prostitution. That's payment. He's a pimp, and that's the prostitute. He's a John, I should say. Right, Aki the pimp, because I'm sure there's other female police officers that he engage in those same things with, right? Oh, sorry. All right. Again, I know exactly what it is. So like I said, anytime motherfuckers come in, you can come approach me whenever. I've been ready for y'all motherfuckers. Okay? But I'm not going to let y'all try to manipulate me until I continue to expose y'all for what y'all do. It's not going to happen. Y'all can get these women to lie. Because, you give them the false sense of power. Alright? You're just a bunch of cowards, that's all. That's all. You and them. A bunch of cowards. Alright, I'm showing the world how cognitive warfare works and what it is that they do. Alright? And hopefully, to create an opposing force that's just as great or even greater than what it is that they do. But these are the people who are destroying society. Not you and I, that's TIs. Those in positions of power, those in authority, the wealthy, those are the ones who are destroying society because they want to destroy society. To usher in what? Total control. Total control. Alright? Total control. Is that two limited buses or one is local? One, back to local. There's three other buses. Another limited there. You won't even get them. Look, you're rushing the bus. Wow. Wow.